What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. This podcast is presented to you by Pepsi Wild Cherry. We have our Pepsi Wild Cherry Zero Sugar sitting right next to us, and it's your chance to get a little bit wild. Whether you're staying in, headed for a night out, you're getting cozy on the couch, and you just want to give yourself a nice little treat, that's where you can grab your Pepsi Wild Cherry and just get a little bit wild. It's tasty, it's refreshing, it's delicious, and we absolutely love it. I was so excited this weekend when I went home to my house on Long Island and I saw that my family was stacked with their own Pepsi Wild Cherry, as they should be. And we have ours ready for us in the studio at all times and in this office when we're having lunch or we just want to kick back and get a little wild. So get wild with your Pepsi Wild Cherry. Just a little bit of wild in your everyday life.
Little crisp.
A little crisp. How you doing today, Francesca?
A little tsk. I really want to open one of these up now. That was nice.
Nice. I'm going to take a little
nice.
sippy sip.
Sometimes I don't open it because they look so nice propped up, you know?
Presentation-wise?
Yeah, presentation-wise.
No, that's really good. You should open yours.
Yeah. You think?
Mm-hmm. It's so good.
Oh, that was a good one.
Wow. It's like really,
that was a really good pop. That was
really
a really good pop
right now. Woo! That's really hitting the spot.
Delicious.
How you doing today on this?
Cool. Get a little twist.
Oh, yeah, I'm giving a little twist. There we go. A little twisty twist.
How am I doing? Great.
That's great.
Lovely. Yes. Excited to travel. We're headed, first show is coming up.
Yes,
we leave on Thursday. I'm excited to be in Charleston. I wish I was staying longer. Like, I'm really like Sarah's staying the weekend. I'm so jealous because Charleston's so fun.
Freaking jealous.
I have to be back in the city for something very exciting on Saturday that I cannot reveal. It doesn't have to do with me, but
okay.
A friend.
I was gonna say
a friend.
Care to share?
It's a surprise.
Right.
So,
Don't share.
Yeah, can't
Stop
share.
right there. I've never been to Charleston, so I am so excited. We're going to a great dinner Thursday night.
Yeah.
Really excited about that.
Yeah.
And then both of our fiancés are joining us for the Charleston show, which will be a ton of fun. So I'm really excited.
The boys are coming to Chucktown.
Yeah. Whoa, what is that?
Charleston.
That's what they call it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that.
I guess it kind of makes sense.
It's a thing.
Yeah. No, I'm sure.
Yeah. Now I'm like, for a second, I'm like,
is it
no, it's
because
overthinking.
people like if your name's Charlie, you call him Chuck.
Right. Oh, I like that. I've never heard that before. You learned something new.
The way I said it, I really had it like a 2-second pause where I was like, I think that was right, but I'm not sure. But
there was a lot of confidence in your voice, but also with a little question in there.
Yeah, it was. But the boys are coming to Chucktown.
Yes, they are, and I'm super excited. While we have you, don't forget your signs this Friday.
True.
Don't forget your signs. I'll post it on social media too.
We will.
If you're coming to the show, you'll win prizes.
Absolutely.
Good prizes.
Also trivia.
Yeah, we got some good stuff to throw out.
Yeah, we got some good prizes.
Good stuff.
You're not going to want to miss out on. So make sure you get those signs. I've only heard great things about Charleston, so I think it's going to be a ton of fun. And hopefully we'll get a little bit warmer weather than we do in New York, so that's nice. Even though the weather is changing here too. My lips are just...
Punxsutawney Phil.
I want to get this off my chest. My lips are out of this world chapped today. Out of this world chapped today. They're really chapped.
Change of weather.
And man, I'm just
it is a little
pining
bit warmer. It's a change.
for some chapstick.
Yeah.
I really am.
I got some.
Do you? I don't want
to.
Chapstick I feel like is such a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would probably use your chapstick.
Yeah.
But I also think chapstick is like, you could share tons of lip glosses and all of that. But I think chapstick is like...
Really? I mean, what's the difference between a lip gloss and a chapstick?
No, it's not. I'm not like gross. This is not me saying like I'm gross. I'm like, chapstick is like like some people hold on to their chapstick for like a long time.
Yes.
Like some people have personal attachments to their chapsticks.
There are some people that are way more willing to share their lip gloss than they are their chapstick.
Yes.
I also think.
Their
chapstick is like, ugh.
Right. I would share either. I don't have it. The reason I'm talking about my chapped lips right now is I'm realizing I don't have any chapstick.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did my chapstick go?
Good cherry chapstick.
Where's the chapstick? Wait, I've
God.
had now 2, Where's the chapstick references in like the last 5 days in the hotel in Denver Thursday night, because going to this Bachelorette last weekend, we stayed Thursday night in a hotel in Denver because we didn't get there till late and then drove to Breckenridge Friday morning. But I was sharing a room with two of my friends, and my friend Megan was like literally going through her bag, and she's like, "Oh, I can't find my chapstick. Like, where's my chapstick?" And then she literally was like, "Where's my chapstick?" And I go, "Oh my God, did you just?" I'm like, "Where's the chapstick?
Where's the chapstick?" Oh my gosh, what a throwback!
Major throwback.
And now I feel like
Where's
where's the chapstick? No, seriously, where the fuck is my chapstick? Like, I honestly, I haven't had my chapstick in a while. I'm realizing I usually just use the classic Carmex.
Yeah,
the
chapstick
yellow.
is the one that I buy and lose within 2 days.
Yeah, let me tell you,
all the time.
I'm restocking on chapstick as soon as we're done recording because my lips are majorly chapped and peeling. I don't want to see a single video from them from this podcast because of how chapped
So they don't look that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
They feel so.
They just feel, they have that tingly
so
feeling.
chapped.
Yeah, I hate that feeling. I hate that
You know
feeling.
that feeling? You're like, oh.
Yes.
Oh my God, no, don't rub it in your face. You're also using the worst chapstick.
This is my favorite.
That's like
Cherry. This is like
Cherry chat. I mean, that's a classic.
This is the most classic
Yeah,
chapstick in the world.
Yeah, it's classic. That's a
This
classic
is-
choice.
This is not an ad.
Yeah.
that is honestly, but I feel like
It's literally chapstick.
No, it's
Yeah.
chapstick. The brand chapstick.
Classic strawberry, best flavor.
I think those
I
make.
like the Aquaphor lip stuff.
I like Aquaphor. I like Burt's Bees. I like Blistex. I like Carmex.
You don't
Chaps.
discriminate against your chapstick besides chapstick.
Besides
Like,
chapstick,
this is like
makes
I
your
kind
lips
of like
more chapped.
I've always wanted to like eat this. You know, I wouldn't, but like it's,
Right.
it tastes
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it tastes good.
But
yeah.
I think there was a study that came out in 2015 that said that
If I
brand
used- what?
makes your lips more chapped.
Oh my! Like just this
I
one.
thought I
Look
saw,
it up. Chapstick.
Isn't there something recently that like all
they-
brands make
look
your
it up.
It's the
make
same
it?
thing
Look
with
it up.
like
2015.
Purell, like,
2015
what is-
article.
Are you like, what makes you really remember the 2015? Like, that's just, you really remember.
2015
they say
article.
that for anything though. They say
Chapstick
if you use too much of it.
brand makes your lips more chapped.
No. Oh wait, this was. I think it was Nick Mulcahy upstairs. Someone was saying like had a whole conspiracy that like they do it so that you have to keep buying it. Every chapstick brand. Like
Yeah.
they make your lips more chapped.
Have you found the 2015 article?
No, I'm on a, this is in New York Times. Is lip balm making my chapped lips worse? It can be a helpful barrier between your lips and the cold wind, but not all products are created equal. This was a question. My lips are always dry and I am applying lip balm on repeat. Could this be exacerbating the problem? The answer was, every winter it's the same. The wind whips, your lips crack. So you reach for a lip balm and wonder, is it really helping? Lip skin is thin, so it needs a little extra protection, says Dr. Heather Rogers, a dermatologist in Seattle. And lip balm is one of the best and most convenient products to add that layer of armor. But some lip balms can actually exacerbate irritation and dryness, prompting the need for more. That's why it's important to know what to look for and what to avoid when applying certain products to your lips.
Okay, but was this in 2015?
No, this came out, this was January. This article's from a
Of
month
this
ago.
year?
Yeah. The most effective lip balms contain ingredients that attract moisture, add moisture and oil, and form a protective barrier to seal in moisture. Look for products that contain petroleum jelly, castor oil, glycerin. I'm trying to see, but that
What is
doesn't, it
going
doesn't
on?
name any, it doesn't name anything on, it doesn't name like bad ones.
I wanted to see how far you would go. There, I don't. I
was
there
gonna continue to
no
sing.
article about in 2015. Like,
Oh, I wasn't
just,
searching that.
I totally just made that up.
I thought it was gonna be some like prank.
That was the prank.
That was the prank.
Me telling you guys that there was an article.
I mean,
in
honestly,
2015.
I wasn't quite buying the fact that you remembered a study from 2015.
She did her thesis on that.
Yeah.
yeah, that was my paper to try to get into college.
Yeah, there's so.
That was yeah.
What did you
That was your
guys?
college
What did
essay.
you guys write your college essay on?
I wrote my college essay on being an Eagles fan and the relationship it built with my dad.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yep.
What did you write yours on?
Shit. I can't. I'm trying to remember.
The way he went, hands to the forehead.
I feel like I like picked a bunch of like people that inspire me, and then wrote like I don't know though. I can't remember. How do I not remember? My dad's gonna kill me.
Yeah, I know. Do you know? What was yours?
I'm pretty sure I wrote it about having a disease when I was a kid.
I mean,
wait, you had a disease?
As you should.
Oh, shut up, Noah.
That makes sense.
But I can't remember exactly.
The trials and tribulations you went through as a diseased child.
I think
that should have got you into any school.
I know. I think people think I'm kidding when I bring that up.
No.
It's I don't talk about it. You know?
No.
You're like, I don't talk about it enough. I did write my college essay on it.
No, but I can't remember exactly. But I think if I had to guess,
yeah,
it was either that or I would assume it had to do with that, right? Like, because college essays, they were like,
right. I mean, a lot of prompts are like, what have you overcome? What challenge have you met that you have overcome?
Right, but like
explain
thinking back,
how.
It's like I didn't overcome anything crazy. Like it's called HSP if people want to look it up, because I feel like I keep saying I had a disease when I was a kid, but nobody knows what I'm talking about. Basically all like the blood vessels in my body burst and I couldn't walk, and they couldn't figure out what it was, and they thought I had leukemia. But I didn't. I just had this thing called HSP. It would have been resolved earlier, but they couldn't figure out what it was, so it lasted longer than it should have.
Yep.
Why are you laughing?
It's funny because you're like, it's not a big deal, but all the blood vessels in my body popped. I couldn't walk.
No, because
they thought I had
it's
cancer.
fine because it goes away.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it's not a big deal. But I literally couldn't walk. Whatever. Noah doesn't care.
How old were you? Like
3.
Yeah, you were little.
Yeah. I have pictures of me with just bruises all over my body. It's sad, but we overcame.
You were still very cute, though.
I was. Yeah, I was.
But
yeah, I think that's what I wrote my college essay on, but I can't remember for sure. It would be funny to go onto my old computer and find like whatever, because I could imagine the colleges reading this and be like, this fucking girl's looking for sympathy.
Yeah.
like she's fucking fine.
It's like, we got this guy over here, he has no legs.
Right. Like they're getting some intense college essays.
Looking at your extracurriculars, they're like, cheerleader.
She wasn't hindered at all. Oh shit, that's funny. That's really funny.
I can't keep Googling chapped
You're
lips.
still looking up the chapstick
No, because
stuff?
all the articles are trying to be nice to brands, They're
they
like,
won't say.
here, avoid these ingredients, but you actually want these ingredients.
Why chapstick brand is bad. Whatever. It's never going to give you
It's not going to stop me from using chapstick. It feels good when you put it on.
Yeah,
when you're
it does. And I'll be honest, I bought a old school classic chapstick for the I realized my stuff was in my carry-on bag. Yeah, drinking the little bubbles, and it was in my carry-on bag. So I was like, oh, there's no way I can get that out. So I bought. And I was using it periodically on the plane, and it did help. It did help when I started to feel my lips get a little dry.
This isn't helping you right now because I want to peel my crusties off my lips so bad right now. They're so fucking chapped. I can't wait to get some chapstick on them. my college essay.
I mean, the amount of times we've said chapstick in the last 5 minutes.
What would you write if you had to write a college essay right now, would you go with the same or would you go with something else?
No, I've lived so much more life,
Right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you write about your like profession, like your rise?
Yeah. I guess that is true.
Probably.
Yeah, that is true. I'm thinking like if this, none of this happened. Like
like you're 18 again.
Like I'm 18 again, and I just have a little bit more awareness that the disease I had when I was 3 doesn't matter when I'm 18.
Right. If you could go back
and redo the college
and
essay.
write it on something else, would you? I would keep mine. I really liked mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I knew for sure what I did.
Oh my God. I made a college video. If you guys saw it, like I narrated the whole
video.
we
haven't seen it.
Really just cranking out the content.
This
Let
was
me
like
tell
a
you,
fully produced video, me walking around the city. Like my dad filmed me. Like I narrated the whole thing.
You really wanted to be on camera.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. It's
How
just
does it
like
feel that
I had
you're-
such bad grades. I'm like, this is my only shot.
Do you
I gotta make a good video.
Do you watch me and Fran? And you're just like, oh.
I
Is
never.
that how you got into Newhouse? Or did you get it? Were you at Syracuse and then?
I was at Syracuse and then went to Newhouse. But that's how I got into the film program at Syracuse.
There you go.
Or anything I got into, I think it was probably because of the video.
Well,
I've never wanted to be on camera.
You're clearly very good.
If this video was so good that it got you into the one of the best programs,
it's just like
in the country, we can't see the video.
No,
Why can't we see it? We want to know how our baby became a star.
The amount of times this man says, I made a video, you can't see it. Like, come on.
Right,
show us the videos.
Your art.
I would show you this one, even though it's just cringy to listen to myself.
We'll listen to it with headphones.
Yeah.
Come
also,
on.
this isn't like the dancing. I'll show it to you.
No, I know. One day we will somehow hack into like the live show feed and show your dancing video live at a show. Then we'll play Beat It, and you'll come across the stage. And
what's great is we do have Sarah now. You
Yeah.
know? She's on the inside.
That is true. Noah goes home at night and he starts stabbing pictures of us because he's not sitting in one of these seats. That fucking video I made could have been
I
me.
never wanted to be. I say this all the time, but I was the kid in high school who, like, if I had a presentation to do, the weeks leading up to it, I'd have horrific anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Like that was the worst feeling when you had to get up in front of the class.
I'd be like shaking my hands. Like,
right, because I feel like even ourselves, like I'd rather be in front of a room full of strangers and get up on stage than in front of your classmates or your friends are like making fun of you.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
or you think they are, but they're not really.
I wouldn't raise my hand because I didn't want to it's just pressure.
Yeah,
talk in front of a class.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. You seem done with the conversation.
I started to get hot. Like when you just...
She was like, all right, I'm done.
I had the blanket on me and I just... I started to really overheat and I just completely detached from what the two of you were talking about. You
hit us with a definitely.
No, I just really I started to get warm and all I could think about was how I cooled down a little bit. So then I tuned back in.
Right.
You can tell when someone says something, but they don't my mom will do it on the phone. I go, Mom, what did I just say? And they can never say. She'll be like, yeah, that's great. You're not listening.
Right. And everybody has that moment where you stop listening because you all of a sudden start thinking about something else or you get distracted and you just go, but then sometimes you got to be called out on it. It's like, you totally were just out.
No, I completely. At the last minute, I was like, "This blanket's far too warm to be on my lap," and I had to move it. And then I was like, "Oh, do I put it over here? Yeah. Do I put it over here?"
Right, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Where's the chapstick? Okay.
The chapstick?
We have a great show today. We have a Bachelor recap with Trent, and then we have a great interview with Joe Manganiello. And now I could assume what everyone's thinking.
We've been saying it wrong also.
We've been saying his last name wrong. Everybody's also probably like,
Manganiello.
Oh my God. It happened.
Yeah.
He came. He saw. He conquered the show.
Great interview.
It was a great interview. I do want to preface this, though.
Disclaimer.
A big disclaimer. He did not take his shirt off and perform. No, I'm kidding. That wasn't the disclaimer.
Inappropriate. He was just right here.
It just felt like a funny joke to make. And then after I said it, it was like, why did you make that?
He would not have liked that.
No, he wouldn't have. He was like really respectful.
Yeah.
The
disclaimer I thought she was going to say is that there were no...
I'm going to get there.
Okay. We didn't touch on the
We were asked not to talk about any personal relationships. So we did not touch on his past or present relationships.
But we have a great conversation about Deal or No Deal Island, which is out now, NBC Peacock. You can watch on NBC and on Peacock. And we talk about One Tree Hill, True Blood.
It was so fun. It was really a great interview.
Game shows.
Right. So don't think, they didn't talk. No, I'm telling you, it was really fun.
He's a big fan of a show that we're all watching right now.
Yes.
Tease it.
Yes.
We're teasing it.
We're talking a little bit about that. He was really, really nice, and we really had a fun conversation with him.
Yep.
But Trent did take his shirt off and perform.
But other disclaimer.
But then Trent came on to talk about The Bachelor, and he walked in shirtless. We couldn't get him to put his shirt on.
Oh, man. All right, so great episode, and then we're just gonna touch on couple things. All right, let's get into it.
Moving on from chapstick.
Where's the chapstick?
There are things in this world that just make perfect sense, I would say. For us, Trent and the Bachelor.
Yep.
Vodka and olives.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate and strawberries. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Yep.
You know what also makes sense? The official sponsor of our tour, Abercrombie and Fitch. Yes, you heard that correctly.
Couldn't be more perfect.
Abercrombie and Fitch. Screaming from the rooftops. I could not be more excited. Everything that Abercrombie has these days is just so comfy, fits perfectly, and looks amazing. We are obsessed. You should be obsessed too. I have gotten so much stuff for tour. I'm so excited.
So excited.
Comfy travel sets, jeans, tops, matching sets, like truly so many cute things. I'm wearing Abercrombie jeans right now. I can do a little twirl. So cute.
Very cute. Very cute. Very cute. Gorgeous.
Full spin.
Gorgeous. We absolutely love Abercrombie. Majority of my days.
These are the high-rise loose jeans, FYI, if anybody wants to jump on them. They're incredibly comfortable.
Majority of our days are taken up by wearing Abercrombie. Like
Really
I'm
is.
wearing something of Abercrombie every single day. They have absolutely the best, basic t-shirts, the best pants. First of all, I was wearing white cargo pants last week that many people reached out and said, "Where are those pants from?" I said, "Abercrombie." Duh.
They're trousers.
They're black trousers.
Ugh.
I wear constantly.
Yep.
They're a great staple. Just absolutely love everything Abercrombie has to offer.
Exactly. And all the men's stuff, great. If you're buying stuff for the men in your life, their hoodies are just like,
Oh my God. I live in the hoodies at home.
We drool about the hoodies. So we've got so much fun stuff planned with them, and we can't wait to bring you along for the ride. It's going to be a blast. So stay tuned and make sure to check out Abercrombie.com because they drop incredible new things all the time. So we're so excited to kick off our tour with Abercrombie.
All right, big Scott Swift coming in to save the day. Alleged interaction with a paparazzo in Australia, down under. And it seems like this paparazzo maybe got a little poppy.
No. Trying to think of like paparazzi in a Australian accent. That's
Paparazzi.
Pat. I can't. What's like the A is like
Paparazzi.
That was like a little southern. I
Melbourne.
don't even know what that was.
No, because I'm going like, crockies.
Yeah. Crikey.
Crikeys. Got me paparazzi.
It's actually not that bad when you do it. It's surprising.
Paparazzi.
Anyway, this Australian.
Sound like I am an 80-year-old smoker.
The Scott Swift was accused of assault by this paparazzo.
Paparazzi.
Why are you saying it like a parrot?
Yeah, you actually are a parrot. This whole show you've just been doing chapstick, paparazzi.
Paparazzi.
There was a little there.
That was great.
That one, yeah. There was something to that one.
That one
I think
felt
it was-
like it came out of just.
Yeah.
The paparazzi.
You also felt like you really screamed that one.
My biggest fear is seeing a video of whatever that just was take over my body and come out like that.
She was okay. This guy, Ben McDonald, he is accusing Scott Swift of assault after they were leaving somewhere late night Sydney, and he claims, Scott pushed him. There was a shove of sorts. The police were contacted. Now there's an investigation, and it feels like there's just really a lot going on for maybe not too much substance here. This guy, the background of this guy is a little fishy. There's what's going on down there? First the crazy radio guy and Jacob Elordi. Now they're coming after Scott Swift. I mean, really, Scott?
Did you see the picture of Scott giving the finger?
Sweet Scott? Yeah.
Not so sweet Scott.
No,
He's
but
giving the
he's
finger.
protecting his daughter, you know?
Of course. He's going to do what needs to be done.
Yeah. A spokesperson for Swift has set the record straight and said that 2 individuals were aggressively pushing their way towards Taylor, grabbing at her security personnel and threatening to throw a female staff member into the water. The alleged victim who reported the incident did not require any medical treatment. The photographer said he didn't understand what prompted the alleged violent outburst. He said it was a shock. There was no need for it. The security had it under control. I'll leave it in the police's hands now. There's been some videos. They've been kind of like, it's kind of hard to make out like what really is happening, but an aggressive pap doesn't seem so far-fetched to me. Like,
it seems like a pretty accurate
yeah,
story.
and also like you're going for the pot of gold.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're saying Scott Swift pushed you?
Right. Like, that's, you know what you're doing when you say Scott Swift pushed you.
So some background on this photographer was also that Page Six posted an article that Nicole Kidman was previously granted a restraining order against this same paparazzo who accused Taylor Swift's dad of assault. The Big Little Lies star won a court battle against freelance photographer Ben McDonald and his pal Jamie Fawcett in January 2005 after a listening device was found on her Sydney property. At the time, a judge ordered the duo to stay at least 60 feet away from the actress and her home after she claimed they made her fear for her safety and feel like a prisoner in her own home. Same guy. Claiming that he was...
clearly, he's no good.
He was attacked by Scott. He said that, quote, Scott charged toward him and hit him on the left side of his face.
Well, let me tell you this. If Scott did this, Scott didn't do it for no reason.
No. And he doesn't seem like a charger.
No, he does not.
He really doesn't.
And I think if this is the case, which I don't think it is, but if it is, he clearly had good reason.
Yeah.
Look what they made him do.
Just waiting to throw that one in there.
Shit.
So...
That was good
I'm sure
delivery.
that'll get figured out, but as of right now, I mean, the police had to get involved, which is probably extremely frustrating.
It is extremely
all
frustrating.
parties,
And we are rooting for Scott.
Yeah, always. Team Scott.
Go Scott. Oh, shit. We're using up all our giggles before the show on Friday. You know?
They'll come back. The other thing that I fell down a rabbit hole this morning of, which honestly... truly could have no truth to it whatsoever. But it is, when it comes to the royal family and conspiracies, you have my attention always. And it's been very public that Kate Middleton has not been out. She has taken a break from her royal duties. She had gotten some sort of abdominal surgery in January. And when that happened, they said, oh, she will be resting. She won't be out. You probably won't see her till at least Easter, is what they had said. Now, there were reports, the surgery happened and said, oh, everything went well, but like there's been no other details. The tabloids haven't really dug into it as much. There's been a lot of talk on Twitter like, oh, Kate Middleton is just, there's been no like real legitimate chatter about it besides like there's a lot being discussed on Twitter. So this morning I went on because Prince William was supposed to speak at the funeral or show viewing for the king, some sort of royal person from Greece who is his godfather. And he pulled out of it due to a personal matter. No more details. There was a statement that was made like a couple weeks ago too, or maybe it was even more recent, where it was just like Prince William's what was I gonna say? Prince William's like sign, his little
What's the theory here?
The theory is that there's something they're not telling us about Kate Middleton.
Kate. Okay.
And where is she?
So you think she's being hidden?
There's a hashtag where is Kate happening right now on
so
the
this
internet.
is like what was happening with Wendy Williams.
Yeah, a little bit. Now, granted, the
Are
palace...
you buying in that she's being hidden?
I don't know. It seems more far-fetched to me, but I will read about... Like, I will read the
theories.
tweets,
Yeah, of course.
So, it's been like... Because then, like I said, it was today. Today, it comes out like, oh, Prince William, personal matter, whatever. And then the palace put out a statement that said that Kate Middleton is, recovering well, and that was it. Like, super vague. It's just there's not a lot of details. But there's just been, now, like, on Twitter, everyone's like, where's Kate? Which is maybe a jump, because it's not like the Palace didn't say last month when she had the surgery that we weren't going to see her.
Right. Isn't it possible she's just recovering from a surgery?
100%. 100%.
It's only February.
But this is, it's only really been a month-ish.
It's not like she's been in hiding for 5 months.
But, people were tweeting, like, somehow found myself on Where's Kate Middleton Twitter today. And there's just,
Hey, maybe she's just recovering. You ever think about that, Twitter?
I know.
Kate had a surgery and she wants to stay inside a little bit?
This person tweeted, I hope Kate Middleton is curled up in a comfy sofa in her PJs somewhere, absolutely laughing her head off regarding all the wild and wacky conspiracy theories about her. I swear, some people just create drama to distract from their own mundane lives.
It's very true.
Is that Kelly Keeks?
Yeah, it was not.
But
yeah.
Is it kind of?
There's been like some weird tabloids that maybe her recovery is going to take long. Now they're saying like her recovery could be longer, but she could. We don't know any details of the abdominal surgery she had. You're clearly bedridden,
right? Don't you think it must be frustrating to be in her position where like if you're a different celebrity and this is all like where's blah blah blah, where's Blake Lively, and then Blake Lively could just post a story being like I'm right here, whereas like Kate Middleton's never gonna pop on Instagram and be like here I am just recovering.
Yep.
But why can't she?
I don't know. They have different rules, I think, or they hold themselves to a different standard.
Right. So okay. So this is what I'm saying. There was the Prince of Wales. So just William. Letterhead. That's the word I was looking for. He put out a statement about a week ago about the Middle East, and the letterhead was just the W. So it was like, oh. Normally, they always are doing joint statements. I mean, this is obviously more political, but it was, everyone was like, oh, it's not the two of them. It's just him on this. And yeah, so now we're just, everyone's really falling down. Not everybody, literally nobody. It's been just me.
Well, I bet Kate is recovering. That's my theory.
Falling down this rabbit hole. Well, like I said, it is probably nothing. And the internet is stirring shit up because she has been recovering, but people are really deep into some crazy shit. Like I've seen some wild ideas.
And sometimes when people put those wild ideas and they're really convincing, you're like,
no, like I saw one, it was really, this is how deep I went also. Like I was reading people's tweets that have like no likes, no retweets. Like, nobody's, it's in the abyss. They're tweeting out to the abyss and being like, is anyone seeing this? Me.
And the abyss is you.
And it's just me. And it's like tweets being like, I don't know. I think Kate ran away with the kids.
And you're like, wow.
And I'm like, damn, let me really think about that one for a second.
Could she have ran away with the kids?
No, so it's gotten crazy. And for sure, I put my tinfoil hat on when I was reading these tweets, but I'm sure everything is okay. Hopefully, like I said, the Palace keeps saying she's recovering well.
Or maybe she's in...
That's our future queen, she's got to take care of herself.
Maybe she's in the Bahamas with her kids.
Right. Maybe she's just off the grid forever.
Yeah, who knows? We'll find out soon.
This interview is presented by Coors Light. From day-to-day annoyances to the big stuff life throws your way, it's easy to get worked up. But there's a better way, a chiller way. Turn that canceled concert into a parking lot dance party. Too cold for an ocean swim? Play volleyball and light a bonfire instead. That's choosing chill. And when you choose chill, reach for a Coors Light. When the mountains turn blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is absolutely delicious. So I've got a cold can in my hand. Look at those blue mountains. It's crisp. It's delicious. I had a Coors Light, 1 or 2, when I was in Colorado last weekend. And boy, did it hit the spot. Cold as the Rockies. So when you choose to rise above it all, choose chill, choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Joe Manganiello. He is the newest host of Deal or No Deal Island. Big deal. Deal or No Deal is back, but in a big way, on a nice island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on a secret jungle island.
Yes,
Banker's secret jungle island.
Exactly. The show has premiered Monday night. How are you feeling?
Well, I've done it a million times, meaning like launching a movie or a TV series or something. And for whatever reason, this one, I was really nervous coming into it because I care. Like, I really love the show. I love doing it. I want to keep doing it. So I knew we had like an amazing product and an amazing show. And I just really want to get the word out and see if people will watch it.
Yeah. Now, when we saw that this was happening,
the original tease,
I was really excited because I am a Deal or No Deal fan. We had Howie on the show when it was back. They were teasing me like I was going to be on No Deal or No Deal at one point.
Like as a contestant opening briefcases?
Like as a contestant.
As a contestant.
Like we were going back and forth in the DMs. Casting director reached out because we talked about it on the show. It was a whole thing. And then boom, silence. Never heard from them again. Okay. Then the show ended.
Yeah.
So when I saw this come out, I was like, nobody contacted me about Deal or No Deal Island. And then it went even further to see that you were the host, and we were excited about that. But we had no idea how this came to be. So can you tell us how you became the host and how you even heard this was happening?
I got a call from my agent that NBC wanted to meet me and talk to me about something. And when I got on this Zoom, and there was like 20 people on the Zoom, and they all started explaining to me this new reincarnation of Deal or No Deal, but it involved a jungle island. It involved these excursions and challenges, and the showrunner, Matt Kunitz, created Fear Factor. So there's going to be a kind of a Fear Factor ribbon running through it. The story team, because mind you, we're coming out of COVID, so there's a lot of people in that sphere that hadn't worked in a while. So NBC had their pick and put together this all-star team. So like our story team, Sarah Happel Jackson, she ran Big Brother for many, many, many years. So then they got the whole crew from Australia to come up from Survivor to run challenges and do all the rigging. And so it was this really, like I said, it was like this all-star team of competition reality series. And so I'm a Survivor junkie.
I love Survivor.
Seen every episode ever. Like when I'm on location somewhere, it's like me and my dog in a hotel room, and I just watch Survivor. Like I'll come back to the hotel room and brushing my teeth, getting ready for bed, and I'm watching Survivor on my phone, or I'll stream it on the TV and in my trailer. And I have friends that love Survivor. We all talk about it, and then I love Naked and Afraid. I just like watching people suffer in a wilderness setting.
Were you pumped that Boston Rob was going to be on the show?
I was. When they told me, I didn't know until I actually got to the island. They said, Boston Rob's here. And I went, what? And they go, you know who that is? I go, of course I do. Are you kidding me? And but I had to hide that because all the producers, we have a non-interference clause. So our job is just to document the drama as it happens, not interfere in it. So I didn't want to expose Rob in case the players hadn't exposed him.
Right, exactly.
Same with Claudia, because, Rob being a Survivor champion, that it could put a target on his back, or it could say to the rest of the players, we want him around because he's going to be good at helping us figure out the challenges and strategize. So you just don't want to interfere. But of course, then, you see, well, as you'll see, he does get exposed. Yeah. And so once that happened, then it was on.
I feel like even if you haven't watched Survivor, like you're familiar with Boston Rob. Like people who haven't watched Survivor before, they hear the name and they're like, okay, he's really good just because I've heard the name so many times.
Yeah. He transcends past the Survivor.
Yeah.
Well, he has name recognition outside of
Well, that's what people need to remember is Survivor in the beginning, there was like 50 million people a week watching the show, 40, 50, 60 million people. Like it was, the numbers were insane. Yeah. So, the whole country, or most of the country, is watching or at least talking about this guy.
I'm actually seeing a fight about that right now because have you heard of Traitors on Peacock.
Traitors.
Yeah.
I love Traitors.
Oh,
Are you
same.
kidding me? I
We love
love
Traitors.
Alan Cumming.
Yes.
We're big
Yes.
Traitors fans,
Yeah.
and now Parvati has been fighting with somebody from the Real Housewives, Tamra, and Parvati basically went on Johnny Bananas' podcast and was saying like, you know, she was basically saying like, I'm the best of the best. Like, I'm Survivor, like millions of people, blah blah blah.
Talking some smack.
Tamra's
Right,
Tamra's like gunning for. She wants views.
Everyone wants to say their show's the best show.
And so now there are people fighting.
Do I need to
between,
go on the
like-
Johnny Bananas podcast? Okay.
Have you met Johnny Bananas?
No.
Are you a fan though? Have you watched the challenge?
No, I haven't. I'm catching. See, like my reality competition is more like I said, Survivor, Naked and Afraid, Fear Factor.
Yeah.
You know, I was into kind of that real world when it first came out before it like just went like hot tub crazy.
Yeah, it became into the challenge.
Yeah, I was more of the social experiment of it all.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to sound smart. Right?
Yeah.
Intellectual.
You're like, no, I like the original game shows.
Yes.
But
I'm a thoughtful reality
Right.
fan.
Yeah, the Traitors is so good though. So now, how difficult was it for you to kind of not get involved? And or like, because you're there, you're witnessing it all happen. Like, you're a fan kind of watching it all go down as you're like.
Well, listen, I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's a lot going on. And of course, you know, there's a lot to prepare for also and be ready for in the moment. Because I am running the game and I'm setting up the game and I'm kind of, you know, prepping the audience for the drama that's about to happen and setting these things up. So, you know, I have a lot going on. But with that said, I have a lot of latitude because I think in other shows, like Jeff Probst is a great example, and I love Jeff Probst. But Jeff is very stoic, I think, and very he rides more neutral. Where for me, I just kind of looked at and kind of sensed how it was going and thought, you know what? Like, I could be fist pumping and high fiving everyone.
Right.
You know, I'm there. I want to see people win, or I want to see them really fail.
Yeah.
You know, I want to
Yeah.
see the drama. I want the chaos.
you want to see good TV
Yeah.
as a viewer who knows good reality TV.
So I'm a bit of a field general out there, making sure that, you know, the 12 cameras are getting all of this there. I'm teeing up the action, but I'm also like reveling in the highs and lows of the competition. There are times like, you know, if you watch the first episode where I'm yelling and fist pumping along with everyone. It's just contagious because in this version, the crowd are the other players. So that you can feel it in the air. They want that money up on the board, and so do I.
Yeah.
But then there's also moments, as you're going to see, where my heart is broken, like broken for that person who wanted that money, needed that money for a family member or something. And it's just, your heart breaks for them.
Yeah.
But I get to ride that ride.
Yeah, which is so cool because this really feels like such a perfect game show opportunity for you because it has mixed in a lot of your favorites. In previous years, have there been game show opportunities that maybe you have thought about doing? And now obviously this has been the perfect one, but has there been any in the past?
Yeah, when Joe Rogan stepped down from Fear Factor and they were rebooting it, I got offered it.
Okay.
So there was that. Then, you know, there have been talk shows that have come to me to see if I wanted to like either interim host or take over as host. And then, God, like 20 years ago, I was at a house party and someone who cast for Survivor started talking to me and said, they told me that what they did for a living, and I was like, I could win.
Yeah.
And here's how. And I started like laying it out. And they're like, you should make a tape or a DVD. And I was like, okay. And they're like, but you can't be an actor. There's too many actors that apply for the, but you can't be an actor. I go, well, at the time I was working construction in LA to pay the bills. So I'd pick up this truck at 7 a.m, shovel sand and gravel, mix cement, jackhammer till 4 p.m, like every day.
Yeah.
Hard work. Oof. And I had this big beard and a long top ponytail.
Perfect for Survivor.
Yeah. And so I said I was Joe, the construction worker from Pittsburgh, whose great-grandmother was an Armenian genocide survivor. It's in my blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that really could have played.
They wanted me on the show.
Yeah.
I was in the final round. They were like, we want you. These are the dates. And like within a week, I got a phone call that a TV pilot that I had shot a year before that didn't get picked up, which is kind of why I was like, well, if it didn't get picked up, to hell with it. I'm going on Survivor.
I'm going on Survivor. Yeah.
A year later, it got picked up by a different network, which never happens. And so I called Survivor, and they were like, yeah, you can't be on TV while the show is running because you can't be in two places at the same time.
So right then and there, you had to decide: am I going to be like a game show connoisseur, or am I going to be an actor?
Well, I was an actor. You know what I mean? I didn't go to drama school.
No,
or
right. I was
all
going to
of
say
that
you
for
didn't
nothing.
do Carter for nothing.
So yeah, of course that was but looking back, it's kind of funny that I was like, I could win, and I had the whole strategy down and everything.
Do you think that you could win Survivor now? Say they did a season where they were like, we're going to bring on actors.
Right.
Well,
Celebrities.
yeah, they do that. I mean, Jimmy Johnson's on it. They bring in pro athletes.
Yep.
That happens. I mean, Survivor's tricky, because of the social experiment. So you have to look at like what you represent. I mean, obviously now I'm at a different age than I was then, but physically I can still do everything I could do back then. But I think just in general, 6'5", athletic, like you're going to be valuable to the tribe as long as you can provide food. And then as soon as they hit the merger, they're going to try to get you the hell out of there. So that's the thing is I would have to win. Like I would have to become like Ozzy. Yeah, I'd have to win every single challenge on my way out.
Exactly. Yeah. Just to make sure you secure that spot. Now, I love your passion for the show and being a host, because sometimes you see that people will become a host of a game show or a host of another show and they're just doing it because it's a job that they picked up. But you really care about Deal or No Deal Island, and we really care about it too.
Good.
Yep.
I don't understand. Well, I do understand taking jobs sometimes for money. I get that. I get why, actors or whatever, that happens. But that's just not the case with me in terms of this. Like, I love games. Like, I'm such a hardcore, game night guy. Like, if I come to your game night, it's gonna get serious.
What kind of game you're showing up to somebody's game night?
Yeah.
What game is that they have set up is going to impress you?
Well,
if they're setting up some you're playing some basic.
No,
does it have to be complex?
No, you have to running charades.
Okay.
You got to have running charades.
Okay.
That's the sign of a serious game night.
Okay.
Wasn't that the one Taylor Lautner mentioned too? Yes. Okay. Seems like a common theme with the game show.
Yep.
Game night people love running charades.
It's like 20, 30 people packed into a house, and everybody's in the center, and then you go off to your separate rooms, and everybody's running around. And I saw someone put their face through a plate glass window. I think it gets hardcore.
Right, really
I've seen
nights.
crazy stuff. And then you do celebrity. You do the 3 rounds where you, and then the third round is your mouth is full of marshmallows. Do you know this one?
No.
We have everyone writes celebrity names down.
Yes.
You put them in a bowl. And then, the first round, you're like, I was the governor of California. And you're like, Arnold, and then the second round, you only have one word. So you have to go, Arnold, and then the third round, you do the celebrities, but every time you get one right, you have to put the marshmallow in your mouth.
Okay.
And so by the time you get to 6 or 7.
Yes. I've played a version of that is more more just general charades, but everything in the bowl, the same names. It's you can pick a person or it can be an animal thing. It's each round you only have one word to describe it, then the next one you have to act it out, and then it's different rounds like that. That's fun too. That people have different names for that game. We called it salad bowl or something. It's different.
Do you scoff when you see a board game? You're you're not creative enough.
No.
You're using somebody else's.
Here's the thing. So for years, people might not know this, but I was gainfully employed by the company that owns Dungeons and Dragons for the past 7 years. So I was brought on as a consultant and then hired to develop a series of novels that they owned for streaming. And while I was doing that, I then got asked to direct and produce the first official Dungeons and Dragons 50th anniversary documentary. And then I wound up writing part of a game module. I started helping to redesign this board game, and the point of that is that if you go on Kickstarter, the board game industry is massive. There are board games, whether that's Kingdom Death or the Simon games. I mean, these games are doing 11 million on Kickstarter, 6 million, 3.5 million at a pop. So it's really huge. It's not your grandma's board game. Let's play
Right.
You know, Parcheesi or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The game
Sorry.
of life.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's not that. It's like these are massive, intricate, you know, board games like a la like Risk on steroids. You know, actually heard a story recently that Jimi Hendrix used to do tons of acid and crush people at Risk.
That sounds like a good time.
I thought that was like the greatest.
Yeah,
He probably, you know, he put himself in that state.
Right.
Yeah, people were like complaining that he would like destroy. Like if he don't play Risk with this guy, he'll kill you.
A whole
And I'm
other
just-
world of the Risk game.
Somebody else tries playing it on acid, they're done.
Yeah, I would not recommend trying that
Yeah.
at all. I don't know what would happen. Yeah.
Well, so I mean, obviously, your games are a passion for you, in that world.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I enjoy competing.
Yeah.
You know, I was an athlete for many years, so I just enjoy competing, and I do like, you know, it's a fun social thing. You know, I used to play poker,
Yeah.
a little bit, but I wasn't like Hollywood Casino for 3
Right,
days.
right.
No one
Do you
could
like to
find me.
gamble?
No, not really. I like playing blackjack, but I don't like playing with exorbitant amounts of money. Like I don't sports gamble
Yeah.
because I get too crazy.
Yeah.
If like I lose, then I want to like go flip a table and like
Yeah.
murder someone, you know, and I just can't get angry.
I also feel like people that are, I know, you know, you're heavy in the Pittsburgh
yes.
fandom, and I feel like anybody that is really deep into their sports fandom, sports gambling kind of gets hard.
Yeah.
Like it's just. For a casual fan, sports gambling can be so much fun, but when you're like really dedicated to a team, like you don't want to touch, like you're not not betting on a Steelers
Even
game.
like fantasy football, it's like I'm not taking Tom Brady. Get out of here.
yeah.
He's not on my team. You know,
No,
I would
I know.
purposefully
I-
like just
yeah.
not,
Right.
you know,
I
or
completely
no
get
Baltimore
that.
Ravens are playing for my team.
Yeah.
Like that's like, so I would have trouble with all of that.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm a crazy Eagles fan, so like when I
you?
do fantasy football, I'm like, I will not draft a Dallas Cowboy.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like,
no,
sorry,
cannot.
not
Sorry.
gonna happen.
Nope. So no, it makes sense. I do want to go back a little bit because there have been some things that you have worked in that we love.
Okay.
And I wonder if you could probably guess what some of them are from, you know, two girls in their 20s. One of them being One Tree
I was
Hill.
gonna say One Tree Hill. There we go. Okay, cool.
So Owen, we actually we just had a trivia question. We played
Yeah.
trivia with fans, and one of the questions was like,
We have
what
our
was-
own game that
What
we
was
made.
his?
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
That's yep.
Ooh.
It was like, what's you know, Joe Manganiello's character's name in One Tree Hill? Sadly, we kind of
Yeah, we got it
in the
wrong.
moment.
We got
but,
it wrong, yeah.
And then I was like, when I hear him,
Owen
he's so
the
mad.
bartender.
Owen the bartender.
Yeah.
What was it like working on that show back then? Because you really hit it right in those like mid seasons.
Yeah. Well, they had done 4 seasons prior in high school.
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't watch those seasons. Like I really didn't. That you know, I just didn't know about. I knew of it, but I didn't watch it. I knew, oh, that's that show with that Chad Michael Murray guy.
Yeah.
Like, that was all I kind of knew.
Yep.
And then when I got cast on it, I was 30. So I was like, oh, am I a teacher? Like, really? Are we doing this now? And
Yeah.
they
Have
said, no, no,
have
no.
I
Once
officially
you
reached
reach
teacher?
teacher
Yeah, at that point, I was like,
Have I
territory,
reached high school teacher at 30?
then
Yeah,
you
do I have
become
children? You know, what are we doing?
You
Like
become
I
the host of Deal or No Deal.
cross some invisible line. It's like, oh my God. And so no, they're like, no, they're jumping 4 years ahead in the future, and the girls are, you know, the kids in high school, they're now older. And I thought, oh, that's actually a really great idea, because you're gonna have this kind of nostalgic look back at high school, but only in the next season. And
Right.
everybody on the show is that age anyway.
Yeah.
So, and I just thought, wow, that's great. You're gonna catch up with them years later, and you're gonna see where they all went, and they're gonna play some like, you know, soothing, you know, emotional music underneath, and it's gonna be great. And they said, yeah, you're gonna be playing the bartender in town, because now they're old enough to go to the bar, and you're gonna be the like a love interest of Sophia Bush's character. And I went, oh, great. And you know, what's funny, looking back, was that, you know, obviously there's a romantic attraction, okay, and I'm playing that. You know, I'm playing. Because, you know, when it's a drama, it's a romance show, so you want to believe in love at first sight. You want to believe in, you know, pulling heartstrings, and, you know. And so my character, Owen, you know, when I see Brooke Davis, which is Sophia's character, you know, so, you know, I'm looking at her, and I kind of give her those looks, and, you know, the little girls who were used to watching this high school show were not used to a man looking at a woman that way, or what that means when you look at a woman that way. And so there were like lots of comments that were like, "Oh, he's creepy. Why is he looking at her so creepy?" And it's like, "Oh, right, you don't like you're not there yet."
They're used
you know?
to like the girl chasing the guy in high school, like that whole scenario.
But there's no like kind of like animal thing going on in that kind of a vibe, you know.
I do think that though, even that is so true in the time, and now people have gone back and it's one of those shows that like in the pandemic everybody was rewatching and getting back into, and I remember seeing a lot of people that were like, "Damn, Brooke and Owen could have." They really should have worked out.
We even talked about that the other day. We were like, that would have been. What could have been?
What could have been?
Well, you know what happened behind the scenes, and this is like. Not sexy at all, but like the writer's strike hit in 2008, and that was the previous writer's strike to the one this year.
Yeah.
And what happened was they had only signed me as a guest star for X amount of episodes, and I got offered this movie and went off to shoot the movie, and I said yes to the movie, and then the strike ended, and they were like, "Okay, we're ready for you to come back and go down the aisle with Brooke." And I'm like, "Well, I said yes to this movie, and you guys didn't sign me as a regular, so you didn't own me for that time, and I'm going off to do this." So they wrote me off that like Owen didn't want to have a baby with Brooke, and that was his villain. And
Owen really was anti-baby.
Little girls were like angry at me and all that. I'm like, hey, I guess I went to shoot a movie in Puerto Rico. It's not my fault.
And it wasn't even like Brooke was. It was she was doing like a really good, like she was adopting.
Yeah,
it was like, and you're like, nope, adopting a child that needs a home, out.
Now I'm out. Yeah, thanks a lot. So then they brought me back. So then I shot that movie, but then they brought me back the next year, and I had to like try to work my way back into Brooke's good graces. And of course, they signed me as a guest star again. And I'm like, guys, are we
making
really
the same mistake?
Right.
And so what happens? I wound up booking True Blood. Yeah, and they're like, all right, we're ready for you to be a regular now. And I'm like, dude, I'm gone. Like I'm in Werewolf City.
Yeah, I am full werewolf now.
Wasn't meant to be between
no. So then they brought me back for one episode to close that all up, where like I slept with Millicent. You know what I mean? It was like, dude,
they
can
really
you not
made
make
you
me a jerk for 5 minutes, please?
Did you have anybody come up to you being like, why did you treat Brooke like
all
that?
the time? There was a billboard outside of Warner Brothers who produced it, at the CW. There were somebody like they paid for a billboard that was like anti-Owen. Like, I'm serious. This was like a thing. Like there was that much.
So
and are you looking at people like it's not really me?
Yeah, I had to say that. Yeah. Like we had like a charity autograph signing, and it was like, why don't you like babies? And I'm like, I'm Joe. That's Owen. Like I'm not.
I am not anti-baby.
And then when I was in France, and I forget the phrase, or how to say it in French, but when I was in France, people would come up to me, and because French people they were obsessed with One Tree Hill for whatever reason, that it penetrated that culture.
Yeah.
And so I remember being in like the Champs-Élysées, like walking down the street, and someone's like, look, and they would say in French, it's Nathan Scott, the brother Scott, like that translates in French to the brother Scott. Owen. And I'm like, hi. Like, you don't like babies? I'm like, all right,
baby hater.
In French.
Yes. In French.
Oh, that's funny. Did
so funny.
people then mistake you for still being in Magic Mike and want you to recreate the gas station
all the
scene?
time. I mean, all the time. I mean, people would say, even in interviews, they'd be like, oh, did you ever do that? Did you jump out of like cakes? And I'm like, no, I went to like an Ivy League school. Like, what are you talking? Or I remember.
Like
but
I was
that
a
happens
three-sport
a lot.
athlete.
Well, but I think that means like you're doing your job.
Yeah.
Like no, I was a classical theater major at a major drama program. And I wasn't a male stripper. But like when I was on True Blood, I remember sitting in the hair and makeup trailer, and Anna Paquin saying to me, "Did you grow up on a farm?" Because I'm playing this big like country fed like werewolf guy, and I'm like, no, I like the suburbs, like 90210 was my high school. So I mean, I guess that means you're doing
Right.
Your job.
Yes,
People
exactly.
think
You're getting
that
into the
thing.
role.
It definitely
and I
does.
guess because Channing Tatum was like a
was.
male dancer, they're
Yeah.
probably like, okay, all of them are.
Yeah.
Just make the
No,
assumption.
and I'm not really like an exhibitionist like that either. So yeah.
Working on True Blood during kind of that era of the crazy cultural vampire werewolf phase, like that time, there was, I feel like everything we were getting vampire werewolves.
Yeah.
Like it was so heavy. Were you happy to be on the werewolf side, or would you have maybe wanted to dabble in the vampire side?
I mean, yeah, when I was a little kid, I was always a vampire for Halloween,
Okay.
or a lot, and I loved vampires, all things vampire. But it doesn't matter what you like; it's kind of what you represent, and that's the thing. I think, I tell sometimes, younger actors, I'm like, it doesn't matter what you feel that you're like. It's when you walk into a room, what are people going to see you as, or what can you turn yourself into? Like I can't walk into a room and turn myself into, Stephen Hawking. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to get that part. That's probably better suited for somebody else. But that person who's playing Stephen Hawking isn't going to play the giant country-fed werewolf.
Right.
So it's
Yes.
kind of knowing your lane.
Yep.
Even though, like, say, you don't ride a motorcycle or you don't even drink beer. Like, if you look that way or you look like you're a bar fighting, beer drinking, motorcycle, like, if you want to work, that, okay, I can portray that. And so I think for me, like, I get it. Like, I get why, I was cast as the wolf. I used to have an acting teacher who would say, okay, do the scene again, but don't do that wolf thing. Don't do the wolf. Like, and even in drama school, the kids were like, you look like a wolf. Like people would always say I resembled a wolf. So then, of course, this show, I know there's a werewolf coming out in season 3. And I thought, if I get my shot, everyone my whole life has told me I look like a wolf, and so there you are, and that was it. But yeah, that was a blast. And I was really happy to be on the HBO version of the vampire werewolf thing.
Totally.
The adult version, the sexy version.
Yeah.
The really great, Oscar-winning showrunner version. It was really fun to be able to do that. And you talk about like cultural importance. True Blood helped the conversation about marriage equality. That wasn't a thing, and it wasn't legalized anywhere prior to True Blood. And I think True Blood was very much responsible for putting that in the mouths of the culture, because they showed how vampires were trying to get marriage equality. So it was this great way to use myth.
Yep.
Or these kind of demigod type characters in order to show like our problems as humans, and then fix that.
Right. And start a conversation
Yeah,
around it.
racism in the South,
Yeah.
like except it's vampires.
Yep.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
but
No, they did a great job. Yeah.
Right,
We're talking.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was a really great show. We do have to wrap up shortly, but I do want to ask you, because there's always been a lot of superhero talk too, I feel like, around you and dabbling into that world. Is there a dream superhero that you would like to play at this point, or is it past?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had like some real heartbreaks with that kind of thing, or things that were didn't happen or were going to happen and all of that. And here's the thing I think people don't understand is that I don't really like superhero movies. Okay. Like I don't watch them. I don't go to see them.
Right.
I like Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah.
I like James Mangold Logan.
Right.
I love Tim Burton's Batman depiction. I loved Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and I really loved everything up until like the Avengers, like the Russo brothers Avenger movies and the Joss Whedon. Like I loved as a kid who grew up reading comics, I thought those were really, really well done. But for me, there is maybe nothing worse for me, or nothing like that I dislike more than spending 2 hours seeing a really bad superhero movie. I'm very particular, and so I would just, if I was going to do that, I would want to be a part of something amazing and smart, the way the True Blood was, or the way that Sam Raimi treated the original Spider-Man that I was in. That was really I was really excited to play the villain in Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah.
Because he was coming off of Argo.
Right.
And The Town, and Ben's like an unbelievable writer and a director, and I was just so excited to be working with somebody who was going to treat the material that way, and we were gonna make it about something. So it wasn't necessarily that I just wanted to be in any superhero movie. I really wanted to be. I just want to be in a great one that's talking about something.
Yeah.
So.
Did you watch Loki?
No.
Any of the series? Yeah.
No.
Some of the series are pretty good, I will say, because it dabbles. Because everyone talks about like the Marvel after a certain phase, things have kind of fallen off a little bit.
Go on.
But the Loki I really loved. So that's my two cents.
The one thing in the genre, I guess, of like fantasy or sci-fi or what that I or superhero stuff that I have liked over the past 10 years, which is and it's been rare that I've really kind of loved anything, but I really love season 1 of Andor. And I really kind of stopped watching Star Wars after 1983.
Yeah.
It was like Return of the Jedi, and then like maybe all right, season 1 of The Mandalorian I like, and then I thought Andor was really great because it was smart. It was smart and grounded, and starts with a murder, and they're in this brothel, and, it's like, okay, this is and like adults are waking up in bed to get. It's you can be trusted. Kids can be trusted to watch this.
Yes.
You like your superhero stuff smart. You like the reality game shows smart.
Mature.
They're popcorn for smart people.
Yeah. Naked and Afraid.
But that's the thing. It's like, I always said, I was always taught as a kid, if you're going to do something, you do it to the best of your ability. You be the best you be the best in the world. If not, you just be the best you possibly can. And to me, it's like, well, if I'm going to be an actor, I'm going to pursue entertainment, then I'm going to go to the best drama school that I can possibly go to, which was Carnegie Mellon. I'm going to get out. I'm going to try to work with the smartest directors that I can, whether that's Sam Raimi or Steven Soderbergh or Alan Ball. I'm going to work with the best actors and actresses that I possibly can. Anna Paquin, these Oscar winners, and McConaughey, and you just want to. I want to stay in that group because I think ultimate fulfillment for me is it's a group effort, and there's so much that can go wrong if you're the smartest person in the room. Yeah. And I never want to. I want to make sure that there's always someone else. Yeah, I want to be a part of that. But I also, like, for example, Deal or No Deal Island. I'm working with geniuses in this industry.
Yep.
And that have been responsible for some of the greatest, really documentary style storytelling ever. And I couldn't have a better team. The show it's really brilliant how it's all made and how it all comes together. There's 12 cameras, there's drones, there's people in trees, people in the water.
Yeah. It's incredible to see
how. I am so excited to watch the rest of the show.
Like, people would even watch a documentary about the making of a show, like Deal or No Deal.
Well, that's the thing.
Island,
I was at the point where my agents were like, what do you want to do next? And I was that close to saying, I want to just go shadow Survivor.
Right.
Like, send me to Fiji or wherever they are.
Yeah.
And I just want to see how they make it.
Yeah.
And then I get the phone call.
Yeah.
And it was like, you're talking to the right person. I'm like right there mentally.
It's all worked out, and everybody can watch Deal or No Deal Island, the first episode. Peacock.
Yes.
Peacock is incredible. We love Peacock. We've been talking nonstop about how Peacock is our favorite streaming app right now. So Deal or No Deal Island on Peacock on NBC.
And you can go and watch Traitors.
Yes.
Right after.
Right? Yep.
Watch it right
back
after.
to back. Exactly. It's a perfect
Last
game show
question
fix.
about Traitors before we end.
Okay.
Are you rooting for Pilot Peter the Bachelor, or you want him gone?
Oh, man. I oscillate. I was mad. I wanted them to get rid of him. I knew that there was no way he was going to accept the invitation.
Did you want him to?
Traitor. I knew he wasn't. No, I just was like, no way. Why would he do that? It's like, no, you're not going to betray them. And okay, that was like that was a last gasp play,
right,
on the part of the traitors.
Yeah.
But no, I who do I want to win? I mean, it can Phaedra weather the storm?
I
don't think so.
I don't think so.
I've become a fan of Phaedra.
so.
Right now, I think I'm
her.
rooting for CT because of the challenge.
I like CT.
And I was rooting for Parvati just because of Survivor.
Yeah.
But they were onto her too quickly.
I would have asked CT to become a traitor. Personally, in that moment.
Totally. He would have done it.
But also, then Parvati is going to be gone anyway.
Exactly.
So she knew that was the last gasp. But I think I would put my money on the field. I think the Faithfuls are going to win this year.
Love
do.
that. Love that. All right,
think so,
everybody.
too.
You heard it here first. Joe, thank you so much for
Yes,
coming
thank
in.
you
Like
so
we said,
much.
everyone,
Thanks
Deal or
for
No
having
Deal
me.
Island. Please go check it out.
We have both been to Topgolf, and whether you love golf or you've never swung a club before, they're the place to play. If you've never heard of them, they have all the stuff to make them legit golf, like balls, clubs, turf, and even a ball picker-upper thing, but they're very much not golf as well. We're talking loud music, giant targets, heated bays, and unbeatable food and drinks day or night. It's such a fun little activity. You don't want to make a big night out on the town, but you want to do something fun. Maybe you want some good food, you want some good drinks. That is Topgolf. Since they want everyone to play, they just launched half off Golf Monday through Wednesday when you book in their app. All you have to do is book a Monday through Wednesday in their app and you'll get half off the golf. Of course, even they have some rules. Half off Golf Monday through Wednesday applies to gameplay only, isn't offered at the Vegas venue, and is only available when you book in their app. For full details on the offer, visit topgolf.com/chicks. For a limited time, get half off golf every Monday through Wednesday when you book in the app. For full details, visit topgolf.com/chicks. Once again, that's topgolf.com/chicks if you're looking for something casual to do on a Monday through Wednesday and you want a nice little deal, half off golf. For a limited time, get half off of golf every Monday through Wednesday when you book in the app. Full details, go to topgolf.com/chicks. All right, everyone, we are back for another Bachelor recap. We are joined by Trent. We are happy to have you here. We're on a good streak
We
this
are
season.
on a good streak. It's all coming crashing down now.
It's about to end.
It's about to end.
Yeah, it has been nice, but it is about to end.
Yeah.
I get the star.
I present to
The
you
Zac Efron
the
star.
Zac Efron star.
Thank you
for
so
being so
mu-
good this season.
Wow.
I
Say amen.
This is like
Amen.
a very
It's the body of
premature.
Christ.
Yes.
This is a very premature star giving.
Why?
He's going to be gone like the whole rest of the season.
No, I know, but I want to give it to him before he goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm
If he
honored.
made it to the end, I feel like then
Um,
he'd be worthy of the Zac Efron star.
Do you want to take it back?
Kind of.
It is about to come to an end, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I have loved it.
Yeah.
Being here and doing the recaps, but yeah.
You've made it so far.
I know, but I really do think I'm gone the rest of the time.
Yeah, which is tough.
Shit.
Because we're getting to the good stuff, you know?
It's a great season.
It's down to the end.
Like, I'm going to be bummed. I don't know what's going to happen.
We'll miss you for hometowns, fantasy suites.
Fantasies. Maybe I'll be here for fantasy suites. Or no.
I don't know.
I'll have to look at my calendar. But I'll
He'll have to check his calendar.
have to check my calendar. But yeah, I even got back into live tweeting this episode. Like, I'm very into this season.
Look, but the two of you have watched this episode more than 100% more than I have. I actually think Rhea should lead the discussion today.
Oh, no, don't put it on me, guys.
We're going week 2 of her watching the episode twice.
I texted everybody at 7:47 p.m.
Yes.
on Monday. I said 13 minutes till my second viewing.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. There's something about watching live. We do get the screeners,
Yeah.
and we watch because we film Cutting Stems on Monday before the show airs. But watching live, you're like, I'm a part of something. You know, there's just
That's why
something-
Trent got back in the tweeting game.
I completely agree with you.
There's something really comforting knowing that there's a bunch of people watching something at the same time as you. That's why I put football on Sundays, not because I'm watching, but because I know everybody's watching with
right.
me.
And you'll catch the big moments that everybody
Right,
else sees.
right. I don't want to be
Yeah.
left out.
Yep.
It's a sense of community.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is.
It
It's
really
real
is
nice.
that. Yeah, live tweeting last night. People are tweeting back at me. I'm having conversations with people. You feel like you're just in the season more. And I've missed that. I haven't live tweeted in like a year.
Were people happy to have you? I didn't realize I wasn't on Twitter really at all. today.
Yeah, they were. They were happy to have me.
Yeah, good.
Which was great.
I didn't read any of your tweets.
X.
So.
Were you Xing?
Is that what we're calling it now?
I don't know. I mean, it's
No.
called X.
Everybody calls it Twitter still. Everybody calls it tweeting.
It's just like when I read an like if you read an article, they refer to it as X.
A
Like
lot
it'll
of
be
people
like
write-
so and so posted on X.
X parentheses Twitter.
Yeah.
Until the URL is changed, I'm not saying X. You
Right.
still go to twitter.com.
Yeah, you
Wait,
can.
really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Just takes you to X. You know.
It's still twitter.com.
Just,
It's
yeah.
always going to be Twitter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a great season. I mean, we've probably said it a lot, but Joey's incredible.
Joey has
has
been
been
great.
good.
Now, I think Maria has won the hearts of America for a while, you know, this season.
Yeah.
She has really become, I saw somebody call her America's princess. That's what they've been calling her, I guess.
America likes her that much.
America
right
likes
now?
America likes her that much. but I'm not sure after this episode.
Yeah, you said before that it was a little hiccup.
There was a hiccup for Maria in this episode. Now, we did get 2 one-on-ones between Kelsey A and Daisy that seem to be the front runners. People are loving their connection with Joey. I actually was like blown away.
She's leading the conversation.
She's
sorry.
doing great.
I know. I'm like really nervous
No,
now.
you're doing it. You're doing a great job.
You're doing so
Trent and I
good.
smiled at each other. We were like, look at her talking about the 2 1.
Oh.
She goes, there were 2 1-on-ones.
Okay, there
Kelsey
were-
A and
There were 2 one-on-ones.
Daisy.
I personally feel a very strong connection between Joey and Kelsey A.
Yeah.
I'm curious on how you guys feel. I feel like, they have this attraction to each other. Joey's giddy around Kelsey. Kelsey's a great gal. The water looked absolutely freezing cold, but
Yeah.
I also wanted to jump into it and feel refreshed. They did a
Just wanted to jump in there with him, hug him.
not necessarily. That's not. It was more just like, man, like I've had that craving for.
I would do a polar
for-
plunge like that.
Like a polar plunge seems really refreshing.
Yeah.
I jumped in the water. It was really cold in like January, and this is no comparison whatsoever. I hope everybody knows I'm not trying to compare. But
I was going to say, you're about to say somewhere warm.
no, yeah, it was in Florida in January last year, but the water was freezing.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how fucking cold it is
Yeah.
actually in Canada, like
Oh.
in a cold area. But it has to feel really good after.
Yeah, and especially if you have a sauna like they had after.
Yeah.
Where if you're like, all right, I'm going to jump into that sauna right after this, then the polar plunge isn't so bad. But I agree, jumping into water like that has got to be just like refreshing.
Yeah, that's what they say about cold showers, but
They had a great
You're not gonna get me onto that.
circulation.
They what?
It's good for good for your
I
circulation.
think it's good for a lot of
apparently.
things.
There's a lot of benefits that the people claim. That's why you could go to like any place. I feel like there's so many places in New York now that's like cold plunge, sauna,
yeah.
cold plunge, steam to sauna to all the
I
all the
also
things.
think the conversations that Kelsey A and Joey have been really good. I think he
Yeah.
said that last night. He said that may be the best conversation we've ever had.
Yeah.
That dinner conversation they had.
They're having real conversations.
Yeah.
It's not doesn't feel surface level. They're really getting to know each other. It's real life stuff, and they're both like sharing.
Well, and
receptive.
Daisy's whole one-on-one, the whole conversation was her being nervous about saying that she's not in love with him yet.
Yeah.
Which I get, and I respect Daisy for not just jumping into that and being like, I'm going to say this so I can get a rose and go to the hometowns. But Joey definitely gets nervous about that.
Yeah,
So-
I think that was really clear with Daisy. I do respect her being like, I'm not just going to say I'm in love with him just to get a rose.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up getting a rose anyway. I will say this, though. I don't necessarily feel the connection between Daisy and Joey that everybody else is like ranting and raving about. Like,
yeah,
Interesting.
I could not agree more. I'm
glad we're on the same page because I
get
feel
much more friend vibe from the two of them.
I agree, and I feel like I'm maybe not catching something that everybody else in America is catching, because when I look online and I see the conversation about Joey and Daisy,
They
it's
fucking
that,
love
like,
Daisy,
They're
and-
like,
yep,
and
yep.
not to say that Daisy's not an amazing girl and seems like such a delight. I just am not getting this strong, holy fuck, their chemistry's off the charts connection
Yeah.
that everybody else is talking about. And I'm like, am I watching the same show? Because I just don't see it. I see it stronger with some of the other women.
I think
Kelsey and even Maria.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much in this episode, but with Kelsey, I see it stronger.
and I think that there's I feel more of a sexual chemistry between literally all of Joey and all the women left more than Joey and Daisy.
Right, I agree. And, that obviously is not everything, but it's very important.
And Joey, I think people also love Joey and Daisy because they're they're just adorable people individually. Joey's adorable, Daisy's adorable. You see two adorable people, you want to put them together.
Right. And I think that's why everyone's getting
Yeah.
exciting, being like, she's so adorable. But if we're really looking at their connection, I don't really see it that much,
Right.
if I'm being completely honest.
Well, it's just and Daisy, like we said, was very open that it is still not quite there yet. Maybe we'll see it happen in the next couple weeks, but she is not as deep. Her feelings are not as deep, and it's like
Right.
therefore she's not as invested as maybe some of the other ladies are who really do feel like they're falling in love. And maybe Daisy is also able to kind of keep some sense of reality through all of this, because contestants do say, you're in this bubble and it's like you're like, oh, I'm in love. Like it gets to you. And she is like, I really, really like him. I can see myself falling for him, just not there yet. Like meeting, very real world things, meeting my family is really important. Having those conversations, talking about just like her health and what that means for like being with a partner and all these things that like are very important to her to have those conversations. And that's, totally fine and totally okay, because at the end of the day, Joey was like, sure, makes sense.
Yeah.
I totally makes sense, and I would now like to meet your family. Thank you.
Right. That kind of like, I think he's now liking the challenge of like, because his fear is not being loved back, clearly.
Right.
And so now he's like fighting for the love back, it seems. When it comes to Maria, I didn't like this little game she was playing with Joey.
Right.
No,
No,
I don't think anybody did.
No.
I didn't like the little game she's playing with Joey. Oh, I'm not gonna kiss you now. Like, I think you forgot which show you're on, Maria. I mean, we have this with at least one contestant.
And she did say, she was like, I know what I signed up for. Like, I get it. It's just, she was like, I'm overwhelmed by all of this. But she overplayed her hand for sure.
Definitely. I think she had a moment, and it's so fair, it's like she said. She definitely had a moment. She was overwhelmed. She's watching Jen freaking kiss him during interviews. Like, that obviously gets in your head. She kept saying over and over, like, I just want him to be mine. I just want him to be mine. And in like the real world type dating, you could kind of try and pull a little hard to get situation. On a show like The Bachelor, you really can't. You have to be extremely available.
Yeah, you cannot play the I'm not available anymore.
You cannot play I'm unavailable, because literally I almost, it felt like as she was saying it, she really wanted Joey to have a different reaction.
Yeah.
Of like her being like, I don't know if I can be here anymore. Like long pause, waiting for Joey to be like, oh my God, like let me get on my hands and knees, beg you to stay, like whatever. And Joey was kind of like, so is this it? Like, and I think as soon as he brought up like their relationship ending, she got up and said to regroup, and then came back and was like, so I overreacted.
Well, and I only caught this on the second viewing. Second viewers know.
There you go.
But
Yes.
he goes, is this it? And she goes very quietly, she says, yeah, I think it is. So at that point in any other season, they then walk out and she gets put in an SUV and she's gone.
Yep.
Instead, she did what you did, or she did what you said, where she goes into another room, she cries, and then comes back and was like, just kidding.
Yeah, I think she tried.
But she took it to the edge.
Yeah, she did.
Fully.
She really took it to the edge.
I think she tried to manipulate him into being like, I'm done with the show, like let's leave together. I think she kind of wanted that crazy ending.
You shoot that shot.
And he wasn't giving it.
No.
And it just turned a little sour, because then she did you're not getting any kisses, and I was like, ugh, I hate those kind of games. You know what I mean?
And then she kissed him.
Right.
No.
Then,
She
and
was
then
all
she
over the
planted
place.
one on him.
I'm withholding kisses is a cruel and unusual punishment.
Right. Like, well, show the kisses.
Show them.
Do the kisses.
Do 'em.
Like, oh my God. And I think that's like one of the big things they talk about when you're in a mature relationship is like, you're not supposed to withhold things.
No, that's like the shit you pull in high school where your boyfriend makes you mad and then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, babe, and like tries to kiss you and you go, no, I'm not kissing you.
Right. Or like,
I'm not kissing you.
Or like the silent treatment, like when you're
yeah.
mad and like you just don't answer anytime. And it's like, no, like we have to talk this out.
Right.
You know
And
what
then,
I mean?
and
Like,
then you're like, I was just waiting to see how long you noticed I wasn't talking.
Oh, I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
like,
at least
what?
if
No.
the silent treatment does not work for some
No.
guys. Some of us forget what's going on.
Yeah,
We're
you're
just
like, wait.
You've been quiet for 4 hours and I don't know what that is. So I don't know what's
Exactly. Like those things got to go out the window at a certain age.
Yeah.
And especially while you're on a show, like you don't have time to play this little back and cat and mouse. Like,
happening. Right.
Yeah.
So
Up until last night, I thought Maria had a real chance to win this thing. I no longer think that. I think she's probably going home next.
I think as soon as she pulled that, it switched.
Joey doesn't like that.
No, I don't think he liked that little game. I think maybe he saw a glimpse into his future right there and was like,
Yeah.
I can't be playing this.
Her dad might scare him a little bit too.
The rocker?
Yeah.
The ex-rock
Willy
star?
Wonka.
Oh, yeah. He looks like a rocker,
The
but he's
Sprinkle
actually
King?
the Sprinkle King.
Yes.
He's got sprinkle money,
He
which
has
is
sprinkle money.
real money.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm interested to see that. Now I did see a bunch of stories. Like I've seen more the Bachelor Nation Scoop account on Instagram that like they've been very heavy on the spoiler posting on the stories, but they do write like spoiler warning, everything. So like when there's spoilers, I click through them. Mm-hmm. But I did see that allegedly Reality Steve may have recently changed some things about his spoilers.
Really?
I saw the same thing.
I don't know what he changed, obviously, but the fact that he changed something.
So,
I don't know what that means.
I saw something about the same thing. Apparently his outcome didn't change, but something else changed.
If things are changing, nobody knows what's going on.
If things are changing at this stage, you never know. Because there's been seasons where Reality Steve has changed, like towards the end of the season, and other shit has happened.
And he had those spoilers out before the show even aired.
Right.
For this season.
Right.
I'm so not in that world. I stay away from it.
No, I'm telling you, I'm clicking.
Trust me, I'm
clicking through these stories like I'm like, oh my God, like trying not to catch any words. Because a lot of the stuff I do, like other stuff about the contestants I want to see, but I don't want to see the spoilers.
Right. I talked about this. It was fucking TikTok. There are certain things I talked about how angry it made me on Cutting Stems that it just seems like more than ever in this season, all the contestants are making TikToks. Now, TikTok doesn't know that we're trying to not spoil a show, and they got the search bar at the bottom of people's TikTok. You know, you ever see that?
Yeah.
And certain things popped up. And, you know, I have not looked any further because now there's all these conflicting things of spoilers change, blah, blah, blah. But I did see something way in the beginning, and I've just kind of blocked it out of my mind for now. But yeah, it pissed me off.
Was it that Joey actually is now with Jess?
Fire it back up. Fire the rumor back up. I'm lucky on my TikTok. My phone's listening now, so it's going to hear this.
Would that be hilarious? We were like, Joe, we've actually heard something.
Imagine I was like, guys, I tricked everyone again that I had a spoiler.
Joey's actually been living with Jess.
What?
He broke up with the girl he picked, and he's living with Jess.
I feel like we don't talk enough about the fact that this woman...
Yeah, she disappeared.
I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Poof.
really?
Poof.
Poof?
I never heard from her again.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, she was upset with me for...
she may have like a voodoo doll of Rhea at home now.
She was upset with me because I was joking about, you know, how can she send me these that are wrong? And, you know, I was playing into like, how could she do this to me?
Yeah. But you never said like who it was.
I never said any clue to who
right.
she was. Nothing. I never gave a little inkling of who
doxing.
she was. Nothing whatsoever. And she was not happy with me. And I have not heard since. Poof. But I mean, I didn't give any information about who she was, so whatever.
No.
But yeah, interesting times, and I have learned my lesson. Yeah. Slap on the wrist. But yeah, that's why I'm staying away from the spoiler world. But TikTok, they don't know what to freaking.
Yeah, they don't know how to filter those things.
I don't get Bachelor TikToks. Like I said, I'm going to get it now because my phone.
I get the contestants because they've all been making so many TikToks.
Yeah.
Do you ever wish there was more than 24 hours in a day? Because we all do. Luckily, Chomps knows real life demands real ingredients. That's why they make healthy snacks perfect for life on the go. Fran and I were just talking about how much our friends have been raving about Chomps, and you can get ready to find out how good healthy snacks can taste with Chomps. Every bite is bursting with a bold flavor and comes in a variety of flavors for everyone. With 0 sugar, up to 12 grams of protein, and chompable flavors, you can take bigger, bolder, and better bites every time. Chomps are simply made with natural ingredients you can feel good about. They're filled with the highest quality, sustainably sourced 100% grass-fed meat, so you can feel good about what you're snacking on. I know sometimes when you're in a rush and you want a snack, but you want something that's going to make you feel fulfilled and feel good about what you're eating, Chomps is great. Chomp sticks come in 9 delicious bold flavors, so they're a healthy snack option for everyone, or you can grab a variety pack to satisfy your whole family's taste buds. With thousands of 5-star reviews, snackers around the world have satisfied their hunger cravings with Chomps. Even better, you can order online and have them delivered straight to your door. You can even subscribe for ongoing savings. Right now, Chomps is offering our listeners 20% off your first order and free shipping when you go to chomps.com/chicks. Go to chomps.com/chicks to see all the delicious flavors and get 20% off your first order and free shipping. That's chomps.com/chicks. And don't forget to use our links so they know we sent you.
We're going to hometowns next week. Jen and Kelsey T were sent home, which was sad, but kind of expected, I felt like that. I thought maybe Kelsey T, it was between Kelsey T and Rachel for me to be in that Final Four.
Yeah.
I was like Daisy, Kelsey A, Maria, definitely. I felt, even though Maria did technically get that last rose, I just felt like Maria was going to make it to hometowns. And Jen, I don't know. Jen is absolutely adorable, but I just didn't really know how far that connection was going to go. And Kelsey T, I felt it's sad when they get put into the car. We talked about this, Trent, and it's just silence.
Yeah.
They're just so sad. They don't even
Jen.
They don't even really have anything to say.
Jen was like, I hope I hope I can find someone that likes me the way I like him, and it's an interview. And then, but with Kelsey T, she was just fully silent.
Jen was like, "Hi, my name's Jen. I'm here auditioning for Bachelor in Paradise." That's what that was. But,
to a degree.
Yeah, and Kelsey T was just really
his
upset.
relationship with Rachel. I'm curious about.
It's interesting.
I feel like we haven't seen much.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. But it feels strong, clearly.
I agree with that too.
But at the same time, it's just, I really think and our brains go to screen time,
Yes.
deceptive.
That's all we have.
Because it's what we see the most. And I know, Maria, we talked about this on Cutting Stems. Maria has absolutely dominated screen time, so much. And so I think Rachel is, as far as the people that are left, I think Rachel's lower on the list. So it's just, it's just a connection that I
think that's what it comes down to.
That we haven't seen as much.
For sure. That we just have not seen it as much. Right now, my front runner is Kelsey A.
Same.
I think, from watching, they have the strongest connection. I'm interested to see if Joey and Daisy's connection is, goes on further. But I don't know why I'm not seeing what everyone else is seeing. I think, friend, what you said is right. That it's just she's really adorable. He's adorable. People want them to be together.
Yeah.
I think as it stands right now, he likes her more than she likes him.
Right.
It does feel that way.
That's what.
And I think that's
like
why I'm not feeling this mutual whole love story between the two of them.
She's a bit not standoffish, but she is a little bit more hesitant, which is totally fine, and she expressed that last night. But I think Joey would almost get on a knee for Daisy right now. I guess Kelsey A is right there, though. Those are the two.
Interesting. You think?
I think it's pretty close. I think he really likes her. It's Kelsey A or it's Daisy. It has to be. Maria, no way.
I think Maria is gone next.
Rachel, like we're just saying, I just haven't seen it enough.
I think Rachel's going to sneak by. I think Maria's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Maria's the next to go. I think last night really scared Joey.
Yeah. Interesting. I really, I'm in the game. They just don't know. You just don't know. This is a
It's got to be one of these four.
That's really
guess.
hard to predict. No, definitely. But I just feel like I don't know. Maria could sneak in there. I think.
You think she can have redemption?
Yeah. Maybe hometowns are going to mean a lot. I don't know. From what we could see from the preview, it looks like maybe he has some really nice moments with Rachel's family. So
yeah.
But then Rachel is also crying.
Yeah.
She was.
So
I just don't know how often we see that somebody pull what Maria did and make it. I think it's it's
true.
Usually that person gets cut off when they're leaving,
right, when now she really has to be I swear I'm
I can't see you with anybody else, blah blah blah. When it's not, yeah. I don't know.
Yep.
I could be wrong about that. It's probably happened before, but
I don't know if I've ever seen someone do what she did last night. Take it that far this late and then come back and be like, kidding.
No, they're maybe not. I was gonna say I feel like there's people who've done it and actually left.
Totally.
But no, the being like, just nope. I'm totally gonna stay. I don't know.
I mean, not that I can remember.
I think if I was her and Joey wasn't at least like, just stay and we'll figure, like, just see it to the end. I think I
Right.
probably would have left and be like,
Right.
oh fuck, he actually wasn't like begging me to stay. So I guess I kind of have to
Right,
go
it
now.
feels
Bluff
like
your way right out the
It's
door.
like a little bit of a backfire situation.
Yeah, like, oh shit, okay, I guess I'll see myself out.
Yep.
Do you
Yeah.
think Maria could be Bachelorette if she doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I
do
think
too.
so. I saw Robert Mills tweet. The tweet I saw about Maria really is America's Princess is like a bar watching Maria in Brooklyn, all cheering when she got a rose, and he wrote like, "Whoa!" So I feel like that was like a, like seeing the reaction to Maria.
Yeah.
She did put up a lot of stories of people live watching her get that rose, like going crazy.
Yeah. So
I
I,
don't know if you
feel
saw that.
like
Amazing.
she could be Bachelorette.
No, she has Bachelorette star power, 100%.
Or and,
Oh, yeah.
and people have been talking about Lexi, but I don't think Lexi. I don't think the show is a
no,
good fit for Lexi at this point.
I don't think so either. I think Lexi, it's real world dating for Lexi.
Yeah, I think Lexi's got to go that
Yeah.
way. But I think Maria could definitely
Lexi?
be Bachelorette.
But would Lexi say no to Paradise? I think she would go.
You think Lexi would go? I think
Yeah.
at this point she, what if she meets somebody in Paradise who
think
still
she
wants to
would
take
go.
it all?
Yeah, but she would vet them all thoroughly, And there's
Yeah.
bound to be a couple older guys
Definitely.
true.
that go down the beach that say, I'm ready to move quick.
I can see her going on Paradise.
Yeah, I definitely could.
If there's going to be a Paradise, we talked about
I
that.
know. I don't know. I may have been talking out of my ass. I don't know. Something about Stems that I thought I saw rumors that like people didn't know what the status of Paradise was going to be this year. But there's really I have no source.
Oh, I have nothing to say to that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
No, I know. And
Yeah.
neither do I. And I
Yeah.
said it anyway, and I don't know.
Sometimes
I
that
cut my own
happens.
stem.
We talk.
Yeah, I just made you say it again.
Yeah, I cut my own stem Monday night, okay? That's where
Yeah.
I was at.
We
I was
talk
just saying
a
a lot of
lot.
things that I didn't even know.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my
it's okay
God.
to like.
We didn't even talk about it. How did you
What?
feel about the landscape of the episode?
Jasper.
Oh, guys, I had a dream that I went to
Banff?
fucking Banff last night. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
And I texted everyone being like, I'm in motherfucking Banff. Like, I was like so pumped. It
So,
was really honestly
Trent,
bizarre.
Abercrombie
I'm
is-
not, I swear to God.
Abercrombie's one of our new sponsors, which is very exciting.
That is.
They're sponsoring our tour. And we've all done some shopping, and Maria was sending us screenshots because there's like sweatshirts that say
I got a Banff crew neck.
Did you really?
Yeah. Maybe I'll wear it at our New Orleans show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're just a Banff
I
stan.
might have to wear it
Yeah.
at our New Orleans show. now that I'm
Please.
saying that loud.
Do you think you're ever going to go to Banff?
I don't listen. It is not in my immediate plans.
Okay.
I have a
Yeah.
couple of other places that I'm hitting in the next year or 2 years,
Sure.
and
And they can't be changed.
they will not
No-
be changed. They're not.
no
What-
recommendations wanted.
They're not. Well, first of all, one's my honeymoon, which is
I mean, you go on your honeymoon where you want to go on your
yeah,
honeymoon.
that's where we're
Do
gonna
you
go
know
on
where
our
you're going for
honeymoon.
that?
We want to do Spain, but 3 different parts:
Okay.
Barcelona, Mallorca, and then maybe hit Ibiza. Maybe but those other. Definitely Barcelona, definitely Mallorca.
Okay.
I want to live out my cheetah girl dreams in Spain.
Barcelona.
Yeah, in Barcelona. Yeah,
Cool.
that's it.
So, but
For
maybe
right now, it might change, but
Yeah.
that's steady
maybe,
on that.
maybe just put Banff in the 5-year plan.
Yeah, right. That's a good, but like
Bam could definitely fit in a 5-year plan.
it definitely could. But I'm not changing around. I think I'm going back to London. I'm not changing around these things to go to Banff.
I get
Yeah,
it.
and you gotta. I really am curious as to like what time of year people suggest going to. Banff,
I would probably want to go to Banff in the summer. I don't
Right,
want to be
right,
that
right,
cold.
right.
I'm not like a cold vacation person.
Right, and it's a beautiful lake. Like spend time on the lake. The
Right.
Whole thing.
Yeah. But that's when I heard about that bear attack. But somebody messaged me and said they have bear attacks every day. Or
Does that make you
something.
feel better?
No. But yeah.
But I mean, it's I
I don't
feel
know
like
if they said bear attacks over bears every day, but there was definitely
Yeah.
a big bear attack in the summer.
I think that there are. I think what they were trying to say is there are interactions with bears quite often, and it is rare for it to end in death.
Then
I
nobody
gotcha.
ever wrote that it was rare. You threw that part in. Nobody ever told me it was
No,
rare.
but
that
I'm
it ends
saying
in
like
death.
for her to say there's like maybe she was trying
She
to
was trying to make
reassure
me feel
you
better, yeah.
that it's not like there's a bear attack every day.
Right, yeah.
It's commonplace to see bears.
Yes.
But yeah, no, maybe one day.
Okay.
I kind of like it as like a dream
Yeah.
right now.
I mean, it looks beautiful. Like, obviously, this was Jasper, but Jasper looked stunning.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know Canadian geography at all.
No, we also learned that too.
We
as
learned
well.
that.
No. Nope.
That's okay though. I'll
but
be
Jasper,
wearing my Banff crew neck in spirit sometime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, guys, that's it for The Bachelor. We'll be back for hometowns. We won't have Trent for hometowns,
I'm sorry.
and we'll see after that, I guess. I know we have been on a hot streak, so it is sad.
I know.
I feel like we've done at least 3 weeks in a row.
I think this is the third week in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, the travel's just about to
Just
start.
about. Yep.
It's gonna kick
I
off.
feel you. Hey, it's kicking off for us too.
We're gonna miss the shit out of you.
I'm gonna miss the shit out
Well,
of you
what's
guys.
nice is we'll be able to really talk about everything on stage in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a show together. That's gonna be a ton of fun.
I can't wait to go. I love New Orleans, as you guys know.
Yeah, and we've never been.
Oh,
I think we should invite Kelsey A to our show. Just,
she's New Orleans, yeah.
come
Right,
if she can.
but that'll be before the finale. So
Oh.
that's the week before
True,
the finale.
true.
Oh, is
Before the
it?
finale.
Yeah.
We can't. Damn. We can't. Yeah. Never
Damn.
mind. Ugh.
If she makes it.
No, because we would just. Right. If she doesn't, we could.
Right, but then we're gonna be on stage with her, and it's gonna be like a whole
No,
thing.
no. I'm not saying for
Oh,
her to
you
be a
just invite
guest.
her to
I'm
be
just saying for
come
us
to the
to meet
show?
her and hang out.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. We can,
Trent's our guest.
yeah, we can extend that.
You
Right.
know.
I'm the guest.
Yes,
Trent's the
you're
guest.
the motherfucking guest.
But like, for her to come and hang,
yeah,
be fun.
yeah.
But then again, if she does make it to the finale, I wouldn't. I would be analyzing her every move.
Same.
Right.
You know,
right.
I'd be like, "What do you know?"
And then I would just ask her to tell me.
Right, and then we'd spoil it.
Yeah.
And it'd be a mere like 3 days before the finale.
Right, we can't do that.
You just gotta wait.
We just have to wait it out.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. That's it. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Reminder, trivia is back on sale. They are restocked, so if you're waiting for that, go get them. Also, live show tickets still on sale. And Charleston, reminder to bring your signs. We can't wait to see you. We will talk to you on Friday, and we'll see you at the show, people of Charleston. Goodbye now.